Thank you very much for giving the time to ask my question. Secretary General, yesterday you said Taliban can reduce the level of violence. If I may ask, why you are not saying that Taliban must stop violence instead of reducing? And also, if US pull out all their troops from Afghanistan, some analysts say that they are sending the troops in Middle East because of the threat from coming from Iran. America is the most important allies of NATO. What is your reaction? And also, if I may ask the other question about the resolute support and mission in Afghanistan, in these days, some equipment by United States, they are destroyed or they are given for the countries. And the Afghan army said the resolute support mission, especially for the training mission, is not very useful. What's your message for that and what they are doing with the resolute support mission for the future? Thank you.
NATO allies, all NATO allies, of course also including the United States, we are committed to continue to support the Afghan security forces. For nearly 2 decades, we have helped train, supported the Afghan security forces, and we recently decided to continue the funding for the Afghan security forces throughout 2024. Then we also, of course, have stated many times that we will not stay in Afghanistan with our military presence longer than necessary. And we welcome the fact that for the first time in these 2 decades, there are now direct talks between Taliban and the Afghan government. It's far too early to say whether these talks will succeed, but they are the only path, they are the only real possibility, chance for a political settlement of the crisis in Afghanistan. And therefore, we will have to make an assessment next year about whether we deem the situation, what should I say, or the conditions in place for us to further reduce and eventually leave Afghanistan, or whether we have to stay. That is a decision we will then take based on consultations between all NATO allies. The Defense Ministerial meeting in February will be an important meeting. And we have to remember that this is something that the whole of NATO and actually also several partners are part of. The US is, of course, the biggest ally, and US had, over years, had the largest number of troops in Afghanistan. But now the majority of the troops in Afghanistan, the foreign troops in Afghanistan, are from European allies and partner countries, non-US troops. So this is really a joint effort. We call on Taliban to reduce violence, but of course that's only the first step. What we need to see is a lasting peace agreement, and part of that has to be a ceasefire. So the reduction of violence should only be the first step. The ambition is an inter-Afghan peace solution, and of course that has to include a comprehensive ceasefire.